Welcome to Natural Skincare School Formulation Desk. In this video, we're going to address a common issue both new and experienced formulator do have is how to fix a lotion that is separated. It's a very painful process, but hey, if it happened to you, what will you do? Will you just take the lotion and throw it away, or you find a way to fix it? The first thing I suggest to every formulator is that when your lotion separate, you need to go to the formulation book, okay, just like the one I showed you before. You need to go to your formulation sheet and you need to look at the ratio of your oil phase, water phase, okay. Cool down phase is usually, it's not a problem, but you need to look at the ratio of the oil and the water phase. Most of the times either that you have too much water phase and you have too little oil. If you remember, the oil phase is where you have the oils and you have your emulsifier. So if your emulsifier and oil mixture is too tiny, okay, compared to what you have in your water phase, your lotion will separate. It just will not emulsify. When a lotion separates, it means it refuses to emulsify. I mean, it refuses to mix with water. And number one culprit is because you use low amounts of emulsifier. Okay, if your emulsifier amount is not capable of of handling this emulsion, it will separate it. No matter how long you use your emulsion blender or you use your homogenizer to homogenize it, it will return to the watery phase and it won't come together just like the lotion you are seeing here, right? So what you want to do at that time is, when you notice what you've used, for instance, you should at least use the amount of emulsifier depend on the type of emulsifier you're using. For instance, if you are using polar wax, okay, let's now say you use polar wax at 2% and you didn't add any fatty alcohols like cetyl alcohol, cetearyl alcohol, your lotion will separate. No, there's nothing you can do about it. So when your lotion separates, that means you use a little amount of emulsifier, okay. Your emulsifier at least starts with, depending on when you buy an emulsifier from a supplier, you will see in the description of that emulsifier the amount that you should use. For instance, now polar wax, at least you should use it at least minimum of 4% till I think till I'm not sure, like 8% or something, right? I usually use it in the range of 5% to 6%. I don't use it more than that. Okay, so if you now use your own at 2%, definitely it will not emulsify. It doesn't matter the amount of, even if you put fatty alcohol at 2% now, it's not capable of handling the oils that you put there, so it will separate. So once that happens, so what do? The next thing you want to do is to take your take an emulsifier, okay. Let's say you use 2% of polar wax here and you notice, hey, your motion has separated, your lotion are separated. Go there and take at least a minimum of 4%, okay. Take 4 to 5% of your emulsifying wax. Polar wax is an emulsifying wax, so take 4 to 5% extra, okay. Just add a bit of oil to it, then you need to melt it, okay. Melt that polar wax with a bit of the oil that you used before, just not too much. You can just take maybe 3% oil, okay. Now you need to keep in mind that then your lotion will not be a balanced lotion, so your separated lotion may not be the ideal lotion to sell to the public. You can use it yourself, at least you know you're not wasting your ingredient, right? But do not sell it to the public. When a lotion separate like that, is a sign that it's not balanced, it's not stable. Lotion that separate like that will not have a good shelf life. It will may eventually at some point separate again. So the solution is, make sure you take a bit more of the polar wax, at least take 4% of polar wax, okay. Add some oils to heat, okay, and heat it up. Once it has melted, okay, then you need to now make sure you take your lotion a bit, heat it a little bit, apply a bit of it. If you are using a water bath, put in your water bath. If you are using a manual water bath, like yeah, a manual one, you can see all that on my channel. Heat it up, okay, like a double boiler. Heat it up in a double boiler. You know, it has a bit of heat, it's a bit warm. You don't want to add that to it when it's cold, so you want your lotion to be a bit warm. Now you can see why I said it's not stable, because let's say it's separated at the emulsion state, okay. If you have not reached the cool down phase, that's good, okay. But if you have reached the cool down phase, you're in big trouble, because your active may not work very well, because most active are not good with heat, right? So let's say it separates at the emulsion state, it refused to emulsify, it's still good for you. Now here's my professional advice for you. If you're making small amounts of that lotion that is separated, you need to throw it out, because a lotion that separates is not a stable lotion. So throw it out and start a new one. Just make sure you go and watch my previous video on how to make a stable lotion. That will give you an idea of how to formulate your lotion, okay. That is going to give you a solid idea. So add some, and add a little bit of oil, maybe 3% oil. That's all you need. So heat that, heat it, then heat your lotion, melt it, okay. You need to melt that, then heat your lotion a little bit in a double boiler or water bath, right? Heat your lotion a little bit, make sure you know, mix it, make sure it's a bit warm, okay. Then once this has melted, add it to your lotion, okay. Add it to your lotion. That is going to thicken it a little more, okay. It's going to help with when you add it. Now eat a little bit, then you add this to this, okay, using your immersion blender, or depending on whatever you're using. At this time homogenization may not be able to work, so use your immersion blender and you mix it very well, right? Once that is done, blend it very well. Blend it very well. You really, this time around, you need to blend it more, okay. You need more force. So once that is good, since it hasn't, you know, really come together properly, this time around it will come together, okay. Now that you've added a bit more of your polar wax, of your emulsifying wax at 4%, and a little bit of oil, good to go. Then you can, you know, heat your lotion up, okay, a bit. Then you need to add, okay, add this, the melted one here, and add it to your lotion, okay, using an immersion blender or a hand blender, okay. That's it. Just make sure you mix, continue to mix it. You need vigorous mixing right now. You have some hair bubbles will come on your product, but that's okay. Just continue to mix. You can mix very well later on to get off the hair bubble. And that's about it. That should fix your lotion. If you have an issue with running lotion that is not emulsifying, follow this important step. Feel free to drop your comment. If it's not emulsifying, again, drop your comment in the comment box below. I will do well to answer your inquiries. Happy lotion making, everyone. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification icon to be notified when I upload new videos. On this channel, I help you to fix any of your skincare formulation issues, and I teach you how to make great and stable skincare products. Thanks for watching.